Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm Evelyn. In today's video, I'll be styling a few new home decor pieces, including some beautiful thrifted finds I recently picked up from Facebook Marketplace. I'll show you how I'm incorporating them into different spaces throughout my home to create a curated lived-in look that blends in both new and vintage. One of my recent finds is this beautiful art print I purchased as a digital download on Etsy. I did have it printed at CVS. I had it printed as a poster, and I get a lot of questions on how I do this. I know it can be very intimidating, so in this video I'll walk you through the exact steps I took, and hopefully it makes the process feel approachable and shows you just how simple it can be to bring digital art into your home. The very first step I take when looking for affordable aesthetic artwork for my home is heading over to Etsy.com. To find prints that match my style, I typically search for terms like North Prints Shop Painting. This helps narrow down the results to landscapes and artwork that suit my home's neutral, curated aesthetic. There are countless digital art shops on Etsy, each offering unique styles and formats. I'll include a few of my favorite shops linked down below to help you get started, but once you've found a piece you love, simply add it to your cart and proceed to checkout. After your purchase is complete, you'll want to access your download, and in order to do this, you're going to go ahead and click on the profile icon in the top right corner of the Etsy homepage. You're going to then click on purchases, and then you can scroll to find your order, and since it is a digital download, you should have the option of download files next to that purchase. Most digital downloads come with multiple size options, but if you are looking for something larger than what's included, many shops also provide a PDF with a link to additional file sizes available for download. For my print, I chose the 24x36 file and I saved it directly to my computer. So once my file was downloaded, it's time to print it. So you're going to head on over to CVS Photo. You're going to click on the print tab in the top menu and then scroll down and select posters. Once it takes you to that page, you're going to go ahead and click on posters again, and then it should give you multiple different options on what type of posters you want to print. And since you are going to be uploading an image, you're going to want to click on full photo poster. This allows you to upload your own image without added borders or template. They offer many different size options and finishes. Typically the glossy finish is the only option available for same-day pickup. The finish doesn't matter much if you plan to add Mod Podge afterward, which I often do. After choosing the size and finish, you'll upload your image directly from your computer. Since I wanted mine to be printed in portrait orientation, I was able to adjust and crop the image to highlight the part I wanted. You can also choose landscape format if that better suits your image. Once you're happy with how it looks, you can click order now, and the next steps are very straightforward. You'll enter your zip code to find nearby CVS locations that offer same-day pickup, and then choose the one that's most convenient. After entering your contact information, make sure to apply that promo code before finalizing your order. They offer codes that are 40, 50, or even 60% off, which can significantly reduce the cost. Once your order is placed, your poster will typically be ready for pickup within 2 hours. I hope walking you through my step-by-step process inspired you to give it a try yourself. Once your poster is printed and ready, the next step is adding a layer of Mod Podge. It's a simple yet effective trick to elevate any print and give it the look of a textured piece of art. When applying it, I like to mimic the direction and style of the brushstrokes in the artwork to create a more authentic, hand-painted effect. This finishing touch adds depth and character, making your poster feel like a custom art piece rather than just a print. I also picked up a frame for the poster at Walmart for $19.99. There was a more affordable option available for $11.99, but I opted for the one with the thicker border for a more substantial look. I also removed the plastic front panel so the texture of the Mod Podge brushstrokes could be fully appreciated, giving it more of an authentic canvas-like appearance. And once the poster was fully dry, I placed it into the frame. use this piece to refresh a small hallway nook. It's an area I love updating regularly to keep things feeling fresh. It's also the perfect little spot to experiment with new styling ideas, so I like to switch it up here and there. Another recent addition to the space is a beautiful oversized pot from Olive Atelier that I recently purchased. It was definitely a splurge and I saved up my gift cards to make it happen. I always envisioned having one and using it as a statement floor vase. It truly shines on its own. It has a minimal design, but it adds so much elegance without feeling overdone. I did play around with placement, moving it from one side of the nook to the other, and eventually I decided to move it to the right side, and I added a few stems for seasonal color. There are these wispy yellow stems that are from Amazon, and I love how realistic they look. Their soft texture and subtle movement adds the perfect touch for summer. Altogether, this little corner feels like a subtle statement, clean, minimal, but full of character.
For me, honey, don't wait. 'Cause I'm always heading your way, and I know exactly what I'm looking for.
Now the star of the show is this recent Facebook Marketplace find. It's a stunning sideboard that I absolutely fell in love with. Its rich dark wood tone and chunky vintage inspired silhouette adds so much warmth and character to the room. I knew it would be the perfect addition to our loft, not only for style but also for functionality. I would love some ideas on how I can help hide or disguise our Wi-Fi router. I haven't quite figured it out yet and I would love your help. I'm considering hiding it inside a decorative basket or a box. I honestly have no idea what to do, but I would love to hear your thoughts. Now to style it, I thought about using the same art piece that we DIY'd in the beginning. I leaned it on top, and another recent purchase is this beautiful art piece I picked up at Hobby Lobby. It has a handmade vintage feel that makes it incredibly versatile. I love the neutral colors. I also think it would be perfect for fall. I scored it for 50% off and styled it layered with the other art piece to create some visual depth. The two pair beautifully and bring a curated, cozy feel to the space. To the left, I placed one of my all-time favorite lamps. It's a bit of an investment, but I truly believe it's worth every penny. The quality and character it brings to the vignette are unmatched. The sideboard does have a slight wobble, which makes it a bit tricky when styling. If you've dealt with this before and have any tips for stabilizing vintage furniture, please let me know what I can do to fix that. Now on the right side, I added a set of new stems I found on Amazon. They have a wonderfully wispy, realistic look, and I purchased 6 for $39.99, so about $6 a stem, which is a great deal. The only downside is that they arrive bent, and despite my best efforts to try to make them stand straight, they always tend to flop to the side. Besides that, I think they are beautiful. I think they look very realistic. I just wish they were easier to maneuver. I think these stems are similar to ones Jenna's Home shared recently. Hers were from Etsy, but I was excited when I found the pack of 6 on Amazon. I immediately pictured them in a clear glass vase with water to make them look more realistic. They are a perfect stem for summer or even year-round. If you lean more towards minimalism, you could absolutely leave the styling as is. The artwork really stands out, beautifully on its own and becomes the main focal point. However, I also love a layered, more collected look, so I decided to add a few additional decor pieces to bring in more texture and personality. I was recently gifted this candle stand. It's such a fun concept. You can pour the sand into any bowl, vessel, or even a small vase, and it comes with wicks that you simply insert into the sand. Just make sure to push the wick in deep enough so it burns longer, and instead of blowing it out, I recommend using a snuffer so you don't accidentally send sand flying everywhere. I think it's so cool how you can turn anything into a candle. I've used it in a mortar, I've used it on a small vase, on other trays that I have. It's very addicting trying to turn everything into a candle. Overall, I'm really happy with how the sideboard came together. It adds warmth and a lived-in feel to the room that makes the space feel cozy and inviting. And just a little real-life update, please ignore the patch on our wall. We had a leak recently and had to open up the drywall for repairs. I did recently patch it, and the next step is painting the wall and the baseboards too, since we just updated those. Home projects never really end, but I love watching the space evolve. I recently got this piece from Zara Home and was instantly drawn to its shape and the distressed finish that it has. I think it's so unique. I first styled it in my kitchen with some garlic, and I also tried adding the candle stand from earlier, which looked really pretty, but in the end I decided to keep it simple and just use it to store my garlic. I feel like it adds such a nice rustic touch to the kitchen, and I love how it looks.
On the balcony as I wait for thee to come home. I fumble my words, yeah, my mind's a mess.
Another kitchen item that I recently purchased is this bowl from TJ Maxx. It was $14.99 and I thought it was such a great deal. It honestly looks like a found vintage bowl, and I love the contrast that it adds to my kitchen against my Taj Mahal counters. I just styled it with a kitchen towel, and I feel like this is the perfect contrast that this kitchen needed.
When you're not around, I've been broken. Glad you came. Glad you came.
I recently thrifted this beautiful silver vase. I have a set of plates in my kitchen that feature subtle silver detailing, and I thought this piece would complement them perfectly. I added a single Cosmos stem and it all came together so effortlessly. It's a simple addition, but it adds just the right amount of charm and cohesion to the space.
Will you stay with me? Never leave. You walked into my life and I am glad you came. Glad you came. When you're not around, I've been broken. Glad you.
One of my favorite recent home decor purchases is this beautiful wicker tray from HomeGoods. I've actually had it for a while and I shared it in a previous video. So many of you loved it and asked where it was from. It's from HomeGoods. They have had a great selection of these lately, including round options and a variety of wicker tones, so it's definitely worth checking your local store. I styled mine on the coffee table, keeping the look natural and layered. I styled it with a vase and added some stems I recently picked up from Walmart. Walmart. These stems have such a beautiful high-end look and feel, especially considering how affordable they are. I love how they instantly bring a fresh organic vibe to the space. I also made a long overdue trip to Olive Atelier where I picked up a few pieces I've been eyeing for quite some time. The stunning floor vase from earlier, this marble bowl, and a mortar. I've DIY'd versions of these in the past, but it feels really nice to finally have the real thing in my home. To style the marble bowl, I simply placed a candle inside for a clean, minimal look. As for the mortar, I decided to keep it simple and functional, using it as a decorative holder for matches next to my candle. These little pieces make the space feel elevated while still being warm and approachable. One of my recent finds from HomeGoods is this beautiful round wicker tray, and I immediately knew it would be perfect for my kitchen. The natural tones pair seamlessly with my countertops, adding a touch of warmth and organic texture to the space. To style it, I placed a McGee Co planter filled with dried floral stems for a subtle earthy feel, and to bring in some movement and softness, I draped a kitchen towel over the edge of the tray, letting it casually spill over this side. I finished the look by adding a few bowls from an Amazon set, and I love how much texture this tray added to my kitchen and how well it grounds my decor pieces. Lately, I've been on the lookout for thrifted decor books to help create a more curated mix of vintage and new pieces in my home. I recently came across two beautiful books on Facebook Marketplace for a great price. One has a soft, neutral tone, perfect for layering with other pieces year-round, while the other features a vibrant, sunny yellow that feels just right for summer. I styled one on top of a sideboard paired with some candlestick holders from Walmart and also available on Amazon. The overall combination feels fresh and seasonal, with the yellow book bringing that unexpected pop of color that instantly brightens up the space.
Guess we're on a losing streak, but we're in good company. I feel better when you speak, 'cause you know the words to comfort me.
I truly hope you've enjoyed watching me style some of my recent home decor finds. It's always so fun to share what I recently purchased, and I love being able to inspire your own styling ideas along the way. I'll do my best to link as many of the pieces that I shared in today's video down below in the description box for those of you who are looking to recreate similar looks in your own space. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye everyone.